Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides, and I have one hell of an import here. I have a 1997 Toyota Supra. This is the Japanese exotic, iconic car that existed in the 90s. Unfortunately, it went away. It was used in those Fast and the Furious movies where it got so much popularity once again. And now, once again, Toyota is bringing back the Supra, but it is nothing compared to what I have for you today. So this person bought this Supra back in 1999. So it was only 2 years old. He's owned it since then. You could see underneath the hood, there's nothing stock about this Supra. Now, he does still have the stock bottom end, but you could see he's pushing a Garrett enlarged turbocharger. He has the bigger injectors. I really like what I'm really liking about this engine here is I like the way he used some chrome for a little bit extra look, but he's got still a lot of black as well. So it's a nice balance between giving it that personal touch and having it still be a Toyota Supra. One thing he pointed out to me, which I'm going to ask my camera guy Tom to show you, is this black piece of plastic here. This is actually the stock factory fan shroud from Toyota. He's running a stock radiator on this car. Now, this car is tuned to put out about 650 horsepower. And what he discovered is that this piece actually helps keep not only the radiator cooler, but the overall engine cooler to direct that air. Because that's the thing is when you're running a straight six, this is a straight six, you have your 6 cylinders straight in a row there, you're producing a lot of heat with that turbocharger. And that is why you want to make sure your cooling system, if the stock system works well, use it. Sometimes you got to go with a bigger radiator, bigger cooling, all that kind of stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at the front here. One thing I love about these old Supras, and I can't believe I'm saying old Supra because back when I was in high school, I lusted after one of these. These things were just sick with twin turbochargers. He obviously went with a single turbocharger setup, but these cars from the factory had a twin turbocharger setup. I really like just how clean the front of this car is. The headlights, it is a very aerodynamic look, but it also looks aggressive as well. And that's one of the reasons why I think so many people are drawn to these cars. Let's go ahead and take a look at the side here. If you're looking at the side of this Supra, you could see just how clean the lines are. This black paint, he put some type of protectant or coating or something because it's really nice and deep. And it's hard to do with a black paint finish. I really like the Fisk wheels that he went with. It gives it a little bit extra personal touch. They're not too obnoxious. It's a nice 5-star design. It's clean. If you're looking, he's running a 10 coil-over suspension. Remember, by lowering the car is going to handle better, and it gives it a nice, cleaner look. I like the way he didn't overdo it. You know, some of these Supras are getting really molested by their owners. They're chopping them up. They're slamming them down. They're putting all sorts of body kits. This owner decided to take it the safe route, and I think it really paid off big dividends. If you follow down the side of the car, one thing I want to point out is I really, really like this functional air scoop here. This is going to help take air and scoop it back for those rear rotors and brakes. Because remember, with brakes, just like with engines, they produce heat. When they get hot, they don't work as well as when they're cooler. Let's go ahead and take a look out back. This is probably my favorite part of the Supra and why this car is so iconic. This rear wing. Back in the 90s, you didn't have a lot of cars with huge big wings like you see today. It was before that whole Fast and the Furious craze and people adding things. So this is a stock factory wing from Toyota. It's not just for looks, guys. This is a totally functional piece, and I'm glad he kept it because a lot of owners are taking them off. And I think it, gives it a little cleaner look. But this, for me, is what screams Toyota Supra. Of course, out here, out back, you have this wonderful taillight lens assembly. I like the way they have the reverse lights and the brake lights individual, even though it's one complete housing. And then, as you can see, a nice clean bumper setup. And you can see how he switched to the single exhaust. It's not too obnoxious. It is that particular style. You're going to see those on these types of imports, whether it's a Supra or a different type of car, but like an Evo. But I like it because it just is large enough and it's not sticking out too much. This car's got a nice rumble to it. You should have heard him pulling in. And these are the things that I like to see at these shows. They remind me back of my high school years, lusting after these cars. If you like to see more, 90s Japanese cars. Remember, you had the Nissan 300ZX, the Mitsubishi 3000 GT, Toyota Supras, Mazda RX-7s. If you like those cars, put a comment in the comment section. You could visit my website, raitiesrides.com, and send me an email there. Check out my Instagram page where we have all original content. And like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.